I am very thankful that I live in Florida, Squirrel Tribe, and let me explain why. Because Florida has a stand your ground policy. And the reason I am a fan of this is because what transpired today at my house. So I'm going to give you guys a little personal information here. So we moved into a house in February. A lot of y'all know that if you've been here for a while. We moved out of an apartment and into a house in February. And the house that we have moved into, where we live, there is a no soliciting sign. There are ways to keep people from soliciting in the neighborhood and things like that, right? So we haven't had to deal with anybody just randomly walking up to our front door. And there's a lot of people in our neighborhood who are doing some renovations and doing all kinds of stuff. So there's constantly work trucks and cars in and out of our neighborhood, right? Well, today I'm sitting in the living room. I'm on my computer. My daughter is in the guest room. She is on the computer and they're playing video games. My husband is out back recording because y'all know, a lot of you know, he has a YouTube channel as well. So he's out back recording and I'm sitting on the chair, one of our little swivel chairs that I absolutely love because I can sit crisscross applesauce in the swivel chair, work on my computer, and I can see out the front door and I can see out the back door. And I like having those lines of vision to know exactly what's going on, right? So I'm sitting there and I can see all the people outside of my house that are doing work. There's somebody getting some furniture dropped off, all kinds of stuff. So there's constantly people out there. And I hear my dog, who is in the room with my daughter, start to growl. And he, golden doodle, all of 80 pounds, right? Not the most ferocious thing, but he will let you know when somebody is approaching the house or somebody new is in the vicinity that he doesn't recognize or whatever. So I hear the growl starting in the office space. So my daughter opens the door and out comes Max, the dog, the golden doodle. At the same time, I look up and notice that there is a guy walking towards my front door. And at first I'm thinking it's going to be something to do with my neighbor because my neighbor's getting some stuff dropped off. Maybe it has something to do with the gas guy who was in the neighborhood earlier, making sure that people know that they're going to have to turn stuff off because they're messing with stuff. All these things, right? So I'm not thinking anything of it. And this is where the problem starts. I'm not thinking anything of it. So I have nothing on me protection-wise at the moment. And besides a 80-pound golden doodle who might, you know, bite your throat out, but he might lick you to death. Who knows what's going to happen, right? So I go to the door and I answer the door. I don't open it all the way because I know better. I've got my foot behind the door. Although if he tried to, you know, muscle his way in, I don't know that would work. But I'm also not a small girl. He was a smaller dude. I'm pretty sure I could have taken him. But he knocks on the door. I open the door. And he starts talking about how he's there with FPL. Now, for those of you who live in Florida, you know exactly what FPL is. It's Florida Power and Lights. And most people in Florida deal with FPL, at least where I live. You have FPL for your electricity and stuff like that. So he says that he's there on behalf of FPL. And I'm like, okay, you know, and I'm looking at what he's wearing. He has on a black t-shirt that just has some like random stuff on it. Has nothing to do with FPL. He's wearing a white hat, has nothing to do with FPL. He's got tattoos all over him, which I can't say anything because so do I, right? But even I know that that is something that immediately makes people go, right? I'm fully aware of it. You know, it is what it is. That judge a book by its cover thing, right? So he says he's with FPL, blah, 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 blah. And he starts talking about how he goes, have you been reading he didn't say emails, the notifications. He said notifications. Have you read your notifications about the price increases and stuff? And I'm like, no, probably not. Why, whatever. He goes, oh, well, do you watch the mainstream media? Do you watch regular news? Probably not, right? And I was like, what is happening here? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's happening? Like, come on, hurry it up, which I'm sure a lot of y'all feel that way when I talk too. I understand it. So he says, I'm here on behalf of FPL. I'm a third party, contractor. I think he used the word contractor. I know he said third party. He goes, and so I'm here to let you know that there's a way you guys can save money on your FPL, on your bills, because they've just signed on to raise prices by like $9 billion. And he's giving me this spiel, but nothing's really like saying anything or adding up. And I'm like, what is happening here? Well, my husband, because he heard me open the front door, he heard the dog growl from outside. He comes in, right? And for those of you who aren't aware, he is a large black man. He's not non-intimidating, right? So he walks up and you've got skinny white dude out there, me standing inside, growling 80-pound golden doodle, and daughter in the office. Cause I was like, you don't need to come out here, stay in there, whatever. Cause you just never know. And then he's over my shoulder and he's staring at this guy and he goes, there's no soliciting here. And the guy on the other side of the door goes, oh no, I'm with FPL, you know, and Kevin says, okay, so you work for FPL? And the guy goes, no. I mean, I'm a third party, but I'm here to tell you whatever. And he shows me this iPad that has some article on it. And Kevin goes, what exactly are you doing? And the guy's like, well, I'd really like to save y'all some money. If you sign up now, you'll be locked in at your rate. So when FPL prices go up, you won't pay the price increase. And so then my husband again goes, so wait, are you with FPL or not? And the guy's like, no, I'm third party. And at this point I go, listen, I don't know what's happening here, but something to me does not feel right. So I'll just reach out to FPL. I'll go through my emails and look at what they've sent. I'll look this up for myself, but we're good, whatever. And the guy was like, oh, okay, well, I'm just trying to help you, and he starts getting a little bit aggressive. At that point, Kevin goes, no, we're done here. And he goes to close the door. Okay. He goes to close the door. I've already stepped back. He goes to close the door. And the guy that's out there goes, what's your problem, man? Oh, no. You have just escalated a situation that wasn't really a situation, but you've escalated this to the point of now we're extra leery of who the hell you are and what you're actually doing here, because already the red flags, that goosebumply feeling was already going off that something's weird here. Like, it's not really adding up. You don't look professional at all, whether you're a third party or not, because you're wearing some random t-shirt that doesn't say a company name. You don't have a clipboard, anything with you. You just have this iPad with this article pulled up on it. You don't look like you're put together at all, and you can't really tell us who you are or what you're doing. You haven't said a company name except for FPL, which most people know, and you're asking us all these weird questions, right? And so as we go to close the door and he goes, what's your problem, man? Kevin basically nicely was like, and scooted me back, went out, closed the door and locked it behind him, because obviously if something's going to pop off, he's not going to leave the door unlocked for broski to get in. Locks the door behind him, goes out, and he goes, what do you mean, what's my problem? He said, you're standing on my front porch in a neighborhood that has no soliciting, trying to solicit something, and you can't even explain who you are, what you're trying to sell us, what's going on. So when I nicely tell you we're good, we'll look it up for ourselves, then you seem to have the problem. And the guy said something, which I couldn't hear because I was inside at that point with the door shut. And Kevin was like, no, we're not doing this. He goes, you don't have any credentials, you have nothing to show me, and this doesn't feel right, so we're done here. And he turns around and comes back into the house. Well, we noticed then that guy walks over to our neighbor's house, right? So I immediately text our other neighbor, because if in theory he's going in the whole neighborhood circle, he would have gone to my other neighbor to my left before going to the neighbor to my right. So I text my neighbor to the left, who happens to be my bestie, so this worked out well. I was like, hey, did some rando come to your door about FPL? And she's like, some dude came over and was peeking through the back fence and went to open the back fence when they saw that we were back there, but her dog was loose, and she was like, no, because their dog will murder you. He's like a year old, and he is what's that dog that nobody likes? Pit bull mixed with something else. I don't know exactly what, but I mean, he's a sweetie. Unless he doesn't know you, he will rip out your jugular, right? And so this dude trying to walk into their backyard automatically looks like a threat to the dog. So he's already just losing his shit, which I didn't even think about that. I heard that earlier, right? So she's yelling at the guy, no, close the gate. And the guy just turns around and walks away. Doesn't say anything. So she was like, so that was weird. So I went and told her husband, she goes, because that was weird in of itself, that he tried to walk in the back gate, but he didn't say anything after I was like, no, because the dog will kill you, whatever. And then he just turns and leaves. She goes, but this guy had an orange shirt on, which is not what our guy had on. He had on a black shirt. So then she tells me all that, and I'm like, all right, what's the HOA? Because we do have an HOA, which a lot of people don't agree with, but sometimes it does come in handy. So I said, what's the HOA guy's cell phone number? Because I didn't have it, right? So she gives it to me. I call him. He doesn't answer. I send him a text. I say, this is what's going on. Did you authorize somebody to come into the neighborhood and go door to door for this stuff? And he replied back. He goes, I'm out of town. I didn't authorize anything. Call the sheriff. And so I tell my husband this. He goes, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, okay. So he went to the safe, got some stuff to take with us on the walk, just in case, because you never know, put the dog on a leash, and then we went for a walk. We did take our daughter with us, because we were like, we're not going to leave her in the house by herself, just in case this is something. So we go for this walk. It has been, mind you, it's getting dark in here. It's been all of 10, maybe 15 minutes max since this dude came to our house and then went to our neighbor's house. That is not enough time for this person to continue through the neighborhood going door to door. We got out and walked in the same direction that person should have been going. We did not find him anywhere. So now I'm like, did he only come to our house and our neighbor's house? Did he hit up all the other houses? Did we scare him off because we said, hey, there's no soliciting? And then we questioned him like significantly on who the hell he is. Like, did we scare him off? So now I'm out there like, okay, we have to send out something to the whole neighborhood, because you just never know. With all these cars that have been in and out, in and out, in and out, and the way this guy was not really telling us anything, but trying to keep us at the front door talking and stuff like that. I'm like, he could have been casing the place. You never know. People will follow you home. People will figure out how to get into areas they shouldn't be in, to look around, see what's going on, figure out if you have a dog, figure out if there's anything inside your house worth owning, worth taking, or whatever. Anything is possible. So now, of course, we're on a major lookout, but I sent a notice out to our HOA president to send out to the whole neighborhood. Like, you got to tell people, you got to describe this person, you got to tell them exactly what he was coming there trying to sell or whatever, because it feels shady as crap. And the only reason I'm telling y'all this is because I can guarantee you I'm not the first person this has happened to, and I won't be the last. We just talked about Bank of America and all that crap a couple of days ago, but this is more... I want to use the word disturbing because it is face to face. It is a physical presence at the outside of my home. Now, of course, because I am on YouTube and so is my husband, we have to think to ourselves, is this somebody that figured out where we lived? Is this somebody that came to our house specifically because of who we are and just went to the neighbor, you know, to like play it off? Because there's no way they went through the rest of our neighborhood in the 10 to 15 minutes that it took us to get the dog on a leash, get the thing from the safe and whatever else. It's not at all possible. So that now is in the back of our minds. Like, okay, well, do we need to be worried? Is this something that personal safety is a legit issue? Or is this somebody that was casing numerous houses in the area and we scared them off? Either way, it's something that a lot of people have dealt with. You guys will see it all over social media, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the crap else is out there. You will see people that have these Ring, which is also why we have a Ring doorbell. So everything is on camera as well. We've got Broski on camera. We have all of it, right? He didn't get into a vehicle, but if he did, we would have had the vehicle license plate and all that stuff, right? But what the Ring camera, which a lot of people don't like, but I love for the fact that it will record these instances, is that a lot of people have had people walking up to their house with vests on. Because you can go to Home Depot, you can go to Lowe's, you can go to Walmart, Target, friggin' Walgreens, anywhere, and buy a yellow safety vest. You get a yellow safety vest and a hard hat and a clipboard, and you can walk anywhere. Everybody in the mama sells lanyards these days. You can walk anywhere, up to anybody's house, and look the part, look professional, ring the doorbell. And if nobody answers, break in. Even if somebody answers, break in, push them out of the way and break in and do whatever, right? Yeah, I saw the guy walk by. Look, head on a swivel at all times. I got the mirrors, I got everything. I pay attention. Another reason why I record the way I do, if anybody walks up from behind me, there's no way they can get from in front of me. I park where there's no ability to get to me from the front. There's only the back, so I can see everything that's going on front and back. And then I have it on video too, if anything were to happen. Anyway, a lot of people have had these people lately who are just skeezy, scheming whatevers, who would rather rob you blind than go get a real job and do a hard day's work. And you have to be careful now with anybody that walks up to your front door, anybody that walks up to your car, anybody that approaches you in general. I am a huge, huge advocate of 2A. I'm a huge advocate of having something on you at all times to protect yourself. Our daughter is 15 and a half. She always has something on her to protect herself if necessary, right? She knows exactly how to protect herself if necessary. And I think every single female and male out there should have some way to protect themselves. If you don't believe in the pew-pew, hopefully you believe in baseball bats or something else. Like, always have something, a little stabby stab, whatever you need, a little spray, whatever. Air horn, scare the crap out of somebody, you know, make them go deaf, whatever you need, but you should always have something on you. Whether you believe in Ring cameras or not, you should also have some sort of surveillance system on your home. I don't even care what the criticism will be of me having that. It is for your safety at that point, because then you can see what's going on when you're not there. You can see what's going on when you are there. Like, my personal safety is more important to me than anything else. The safety of my daughter is more important to me than anything else. Same thing with my husband, more important to me than anything else. And with the dude coming to our house today is the first time since we've moved and where we live that I was uncomfortable, right? Like, uncomfortable because it felt wrong. And you have to, as a human, especially as a woman, when you have that feeling, you have to pay attention to it. When something feels wrong, pay attention to that feeling, because it probably is wrong, right? So this screen got like hella dark and I don't know why. Let's see if I can fix it. That might be too much. Sorry, I'm like over here messing with stuff. It is what it is. But this is going around a lot. A lot of people are having these issues with people walking up to their homes, their cars, or whatever, pretending to be somebody that they're not, and either getting your credit card information, getting your cash, breaking into your home, robbing you blind, stealing your car. A lot of videos out there of people, they start their car in their driveway and they, leave the door open and they just go back up to the front door to get something. And next thing you know, somebody runs up and steals your car out of the driveway. So many things going on. We have got to pay attention to everything. I should have known better than to answer the door, which sounds so fucking stupid as a grown woman to say I should have known better than to answer the door by myself. Like, I am not a child, but at the end of the day, when my husband is home, I should always let him answer the door versus me, because safety is a huge thing, and he is going to be more protective of me than anything. So my fault for answering the door, but I wanted to bring it to your attention for those of you out there. If anybody shows up saying they're a third party for so-and-so and so, send them away. I don't care. It's better to send them away than to entertain whatever's going on and it be something nefarious. Send them away and then call whatever place they claim to have been from. You know what I mean? It's safer that way for you, and it could be safer for them. You just never know, because the whole situation has me on edge at this point in time. Which sucks, because you don't want to feel that way in your home, right? Right. But thankfully, we do have the dog. Thankfully, we do believe in 2A. And thankfully, we have neighbors who also believe in it. So I think we're covered there. But I wanted you all to know kind of what happened so that there's thundering. Now it's thundering. So that you also have that thought process or that thought in your mind the next time somebody comes to your front door. We cannot be the trusting people that we want to be. I want to trust everybody. I really do. I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But time and time again, people show me you can't do that. So just be aware of your surroundings at all time. Be aware of who you're opening your door to, and make sure that if you're going to open your door, you have some way to keep them from coming into your house if you open that door. So I'll be back with stuff that probably matters a little bit more than that. But to me, that was very important. Public service announcement kind of thing to put out for those of you who need that. And I've added some new stuff to the description of the videos. If you guys are interested, ladies especially, I would say check out the description. There's a new link in there for the ladies if y'all want to check it out. Besides that, I love you all immensely. I will see you guys again later. Try to get home before the bottom falls out of the sky. Okay? Love y'all. Bye.